What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and continue learning about British foods that you can't get in America, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, feel free to go check that out, or stay right here where you are. That's fine too. But in part 1, I was learning about, well, not surprisingly, a couple of foods that I've never heard of before. Go figure, these are foods you can't get in America, and it just occurred to me, that's why I haven't heard of any of this stuff ever before. I'm a bit surprised still that I've never heard of it. But in part 1, we were talking about blackcurrant, a flavor, an entire flavor that I never knew. Squash, not the vegetable, which was the point of much confusion for me, but a drink flavoring, I think, and Cadbury, where specifically genuine Cadbury chocolate. You can't get it in America, and I'm just extraordinarily curious now what the difference in taste is between the hornswoggle, the disgusting goop we call Cadbury chocolate here. What's the real stuff taste like? I don't know. But I'm enjoying this immensely, so I'm excited to hear about a couple more things that you just can't get in America. British foods that I've never heard of before. So with that being said, let us continue.
Blood pudding.
The U.S. Department...
What? What? Blood pudding. Blood pudding. Is this actually what it sounds like? And if so, why? I'm glad this is banned. I'm glad. I'm glad you can't find this in America.
The differences that you noticed. Drop those comments down below.
Blood pudding.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture, what we call the USDA, has really strict regulations when it comes to the sale of blood, organs like eyeballs and brains and things like that.
So this is actual blood. There's actually blood in blood pudding. It's not some funny Halloween pudding that looks like blood. It's real. Is this actually seriously popular in Britain? Or is this like some weird niche food no one, even in Britain, has ever had? That's the biggest question I have now, if I'm going to accept that this is a thing.
So while blood pudding is not banned, it is rare and you do have to know where to go to find it. But you can find it. What is banned, however, is actual British blood pudding. So there are no direct imports from Scotland or England of genuine British blood pudding.
Am I understanding this correctly? That it's okay to, it's fine to make your own blood pudding in America. That's okay. Who knows who or what or where that blood is coming from, but it's okay if you make it here. God forbid if we have the blood pudding from Britain, though. That's not allowed? I mean, is this like the Cadbury chocolate? Like now I want to see, does the blood pudding in Britain taste better than the blood pudding in America? Or what blood are we using? I think that's the most burning question in my mind as well.
To the U.S. If you get blood pudding in the United States, it's going to be American-made. So while you can purchase Stornoway style black pudding in the United States, you won't find an actual Stornoway blood pudding within the borders of the U.S. of A.
Okay, so it's a United States blood pudding. What is it made of? I've never heard of this. This is not popular at all in America. I think any American would react the same way to this. This sounds disgusting, disturbing.
Have you ever had this type of pudding?
I've had blood pudding once at an Irish pub in the United States.
Oh, I didn't know this. Was it good?
I honestly do not remember. A friend and I were on a road trip around the United States. We made a stop off in Boston, and we stayed with some Irish folks, and they took us to the Irish pub. We had blood pudding there, and I think I had, it was...
Good?
It didn't make a memory, which means that it wasn't terrible.
Oh my gosh. It was neither good nor bad, which poses the question of why eat it? The blood pudding. I'm gonna look this up. I don't think they're gonna cover what I want to know. Blood pudding. Tell me what the blood pudding is. Black pudding. Is that what it's called? Black pudding? I looked up blood pudding. Black pudding is a distinct regional type of blood sausage, originating in the UK, made from pork or beef blood. Yeah, okay. I thought for a second it was made out of meat or something, or would that make it better? Pudding made out of meat? It's made out of pork or beef blood, with pork fat or beef suet, and cereal, sometimes oatmeal. What on earth? Man, okay. Well, I'm disappointed it's not from the blood of humans. This just lost all its edginess to me forever. No, it's still kind of crazy to me. And, man, is this like a traditional British dish? Or popular? Or is it kind of like it would be in America, kind of a novelty, where it's like, oh, blood pudding? Or is it called black pudding? This raises more questions for me than it answers, honestly.
You've had blood pudding. You've had Korean blood pudding.
Only Korean blood pudding. I had kids trying to feed it to me, and they said, sundae, sundae. And when I googled it, it was spelled like Sunday, you know,
It's
as
like
in
a
the
ice
ice
cream
cream dessert. I was like, oh, Sunday? Is this going to be some sort of sweet or something? And no.
It's pork blood pudding. From what I understand, most of the blood pudding in the UK is made with cow blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I would be more comfortable with
Cow blood made into pudding. Who came up with that? I'm calling them out. I got questions. Who came up with this? Who's making this stuff? Why is it popular? Maybe the secret is you taste it. Maybe you taste it and it's like everything becomes clear. It's just the most delicious blood-based dessert you could ever imagine. Sounds like a traditional British dish, basically. And if I'm being serious, which, you know, I don't, fine. Maybe it's not as bad as I think, or is it an acquired taste? Is it like coffee or something? You kind of grow a little taste for the blood pudding.
that, I think.
Haggis. I had
Haggis. Haggis. I've heard this word. I know this is a British thing. I don't remember what haggis is, and I did not know, well, is it illegal in America, or is it banned, or is it just simply not it's definitely not popular, but I kind of want to know if it's banned. And is this like a stomach or something that comes to mind? Haggis. I know the word haggis.
had haggis for the first time this year when some British friends came over from the UK to visit us here in France, and they brought a little haggis along with them. I fell in love with it immediately. I thought it was so delicious, and I definitely had more than my fair share of helpings. So imagine my despair.
Haggis. I think I have to look this up too to get some context. Haggis. We're just out here assuming that everyone knows what haggis is, and I'm just the only one saying, what is this, a stomach? It's a savory pudding containing sheep's pluck. What is sheep's pluck? What is a sheep's pluck? It's heart, liver, and lungs. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know about this. Heart, liver, lungs. I mean, maybe it's the American in me speaking out. We just don't eat animal organs. Like, even though I know animal organs are very nutritious and it's like a good way to take advantage of all the parts of the animal and actually appreciate and eat all of it. So it's good that people out there eat this stuff. It's just not me. It's not going to be me, but I appreciate you out there eating the haggis. Oh my gosh. Well, according to our hosts here, he really thought it was delicious. Like, man, I would much sooner have the haggis than the blood pudding. I think I am confident in saying that.
And I definitely had more than my fair share of helpings. So imagine my despair when I found out that true Scottish haggis is actually banned in the United States.
Wow.
Completely banned.
Oh, it's banned. It's banned. It's not just rare. You can't get it. Does it have to do with something about, like, getting those kind of animal organs? Or the first thing I think of is you have to be a bit responsible with how you prepare something like that so you don't get sick, maybe? Or is there some other reason why it's straight up banned in America, even though it's like an iconic sort of dish in Britain?
What do all the Scots do in the States then?
Well, there is haggis. We do have haggis in America, but it's not genuine Scottish haggis because all imports are banned, and it has to be made in America. And it's also not genuine haggis because with real haggis, 12 to 15% of what's inside is sheep's lung. But with American haggis, there's no lung.
Of course there's sheep's lung in it. Why wouldn't there be? Oh, but that's too edgy for the Americans. No sheep's lung. We're fine with the liver and all that other stuff. Oh my goodness. This is very interesting. And I gotta say, it's like the blood pudding. They're pointing out, oh, it's available in America, just not the stuff from the UK. No one eats haggis. I would not even know where to begin to find this in America. This is not popular. You probably have to go to a very, very, very specialty place to even try to find a haggis in America. But technically, you can make it here.
So everything else is the same, but all the lung is gone.
Why is that?
So this is because the USDA has determined that during the slaughtering process, when they kill sheep, there are stomach fluids that have the potential to leak into the lungs during that butchering process. And those fluids, if you eat them, can make you sick.
Well, that is sort of in the realm of what I was kind of speculating, that there is some kind of health concern. I thought it was maybe difficult to prepare haggis safely, but it's some weird, kind of disgusting reason about when you harvest sheep's lungs. Who knew? Fun fact right there, for sure.
The USDA doesn't really trust slaughterhouses to clean lungs properly, and because so few people eat lung within the United States, I think it was just easier for them to do an outright ban of the whole thing rather than come up with regulations mandating how to clean lung and ensuring that those regulations were followed. So that's why you can't find genuine haggis in the United States. USDA.
Oh man, you can't find genuine haggis here. Dang it! Dang it, I was just about to go pick one up from the grocery store, but I mean, they said you can't get the genuine haggis. I guess I'll have to just miss out. Darn it.
USDA thinks that lungs have the potential to make you sick. Robbie Burns is turning in his grave. But is this a valid concern, and can haggis actually make you sick? I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. Real quick, if you haven't already, do click subscribe as well as like this video.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. That was very good. That was very good. I was a little, I'm gonna react how I'm gonna react. No offense meant towards the haggis or the blood pudding. It's stuff that you just don't find in America, and therefore it is foreign to me and disgusting. No, not trying to be too critical, but I'm sure for those that it's a traditional, enjoyable dish, I'm kind of jealous in a way. Like, that's something you get to enjoy that I'll never even really be able to entertain because of my mental block, basically. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. This was by Wandering Ravens, and I liked it a lot. So I'm going to give it a like. That was quite good. These were very entertaining. All things that I had no idea about, except I had heard of haggis. But I didn't know all these things were banned in America or unavailable for some reason. It's actually interesting. What do we have here? The black currant, the whole flavor. A squash. Don't even get me started on the squash. Cadbury, that was like the most enjoyable part. Then we went to blood pudding, which I'd like to hear someone describe the taste of that. And a haggis. That is just, it really is a mental block. As an American, I think. Most of stuff like that, because I think actually most countries around the world are enjoying much more parts of animals, organs and other parts of the animal that are nutritious, that Americans, because of our culture, we will never even entertain. Like, there's no way haggis is breaking into the mainstream America anytime soon. Watch haggis become, like, America's most viral new dish right after this. Like, Oh, are there any interesting comments on this video before it comes to an end? What are the people saying? In the UK, we say sparkling, not carbonated? Really? That's random. The craft takeover of Cadbury is not popular. Oh, we were talking about this in part 1. It now tastes and feels like chocolate-flavored wax. Yeah, that's how chocolate's supposed to taste, I thought, right? Like disgusting chocolate wax. That's how we like it here in America. No, even Hershey's chocolate doesn't... And I've heard from... I think people around the world think Hershey's in America is disgusting, but I think it's good. And I think they probably would say it tastes like disgusting flavored wax. So maybe I'd like the new Cadbury. I tried black currant while I was in Germany. German bakers put it on pastries. You can get it as a jam. Yeah, okay, the black currant, like a berry that grows in Britain. Very interesting. And you can make a lot of different stuff out of it, apparently. Sounds like a very unique flavor. They were saying it's kind of like cranberries in America. And cranberries are not terribly popular flavor at all in America. But blackcurrant is such a cool name. Like such a cooler name than cranberry. I think based on marketing alone, blackcurrant would succeed. Blackcurrant. Like that's a sports drink right there. I'm glad you said Hershey's is terrible. When I first went to America, I thought, Hershey's, an American treat. No, it's not. Tasted like our cheap 20 pence chocolate. Oh no, the Hershey. That's so fascinating how your taste is even influenced by where you grow up. And that means for us Americans, we're more than happy to eat and drink disgusting, cheap, artificial stuff. So, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this reaction, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to British culture and stuff in Britain I've never seen or learned about, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.